Welcome to the Art of Life podcast. I'm Kanika. I'm a meditation teacher. My purpose with this podcast is to share tips on how you can start creating a better life simply by playing with your imagination. You can heal past pain and traumas, and you can create the high vibration life that you wanted simply by being in a kid space and just playing a little bit. So let's dive straight in.
Hi there, and welcome to another episode of the Art of Life podcast. I'm so glad you can join me on this one. This is a very special episode. We're talking about healing your past. I do have a lot of questions that I get around this, how someone can get past their traumas, their childhood experiences maybe, their life patterns that causes them to be stuck in the current lifetime. How can they release it? In my last episode, and I'll link it to this one in the show notes. In my last episode, I talked about pain. Basically, anything that is external to us, something that doesn't match our vibration, is pain. It doesn't matter if it came with a good intention or if there was just some wacky energy that was thrown at us. So somebody could have very well-meaning prayers for me, for example, but if they don't align with my concepts, then that can be pain for me. I have explained another tool called grounding for pain as well. So grounding is how you connect with the earth and you release stress and anxiety or past traumas and pretty much everything and anything you can heal with grounding. You can start healing with grounding. I have been meditating for such a long time. Grounding is just one of my favorite tools. I use it all the time. This is typically how I start my day, how I end my day. So I do highly recommend you getting this ebook. You can find it at artoflifecenter.com/grounding. All the pain is typically stored in our body in the form of pictures. Just imagine like little pictures on maybe a gingerbread version of you. Like just a stick figure or an oval figure for your shape, however you want to draw your body shape. And just imagine lots of pictures there. Essentially, it's just a visualization to say, well, this is where you carry charge, positive or negative, for some experiences that happened in your life. Everything that we store, all the memories, we just store them with pictures in my body, pictures in the aura layer as well. So everything is just like pictures. And once you clear the pictures out, then you can clear out the feeling that you're associating with that. So in that sense, whether that is past traumas or past circumstances, past energy, you can just heal pretty much anything by just clearing those pictures. And grounding is a tremendous way to start as well. So some of the pictures that we will have around a particular memory, sometimes they can get really strong. They can have a very, very negative charge. And it could also be that some pictures get linked. That's why the charge on those becomes like a little circuit almost. So let's say you are triggered by something that happened in your childhood. And now you are wanting to let go of that. Didn't work. Somehow the picture just stayed in your body. And usually when we don't have a way to release, the pictures just stay in our body. Because we don't know how to release, we just try and bandage them somehow. But the pictures carrying the pain, they still stay in our body and aura. So we still feel the pain, we just numb it down a little bit. So as time passes, maybe your childhood experience was something involving a cupcake, just as an example. It could just be that after some time, maybe even years, you have a friend, you're talking about a color of a dress, and the color sort of connects with that cupcake that you had when you were a little child, and there's a traumatic memory related to that. And you might not even know in your very conscious understanding of the world that that's what's happening. But somehow it might just be that you're having this very disconnected conversation with your friend involving a dress, and somehow that triggers a memory of that cupcake and whatever trauma was associated while you were doing that. And then that whole thing gets triggered, and that's how you feel suddenly. So pictures can be interconnected, and they might not make sense in real time in your physical world, how you are experiencing things. Basically, they carry memory, and there's something behind something and behind something that's going on, which causes you to react to a situation in a very different manner. And your friend at the other end, and even you yourself, while you're actually talking about dress, you might go like, oh my God, I don't even know why I reacted that way, or why that conversation was just so off-putting for me. So the great thing that you can do with meditation, and I'll just share a very beautiful exercise in a few minutes as well around healing your past. The great thing about meditation is just that you can clear these things. You can start clearing these patterns in your past life. Sometimes some of the patterns will make sense to you, not all of them will. But you don't need to fully understand them to start clearing them. You can just start clearing them. And so now let me get sharing a beautiful, fun exercise on healing your past. And let's do this. So I'm not going to go into full details. I'm just going to give you like a little prompt, and this is for you to play. Imagine you have got dots all over your body wherever you are charged. My favorite always is just take out a drawing paper, a pen and paper, and some crayons, some pencil colors, and just draw. So just imagine you've got like a human figure on there, and just put dots. You don't even have to know, just start putting the dots randomly, and you can imagine that this is where you are charged. Like, you don't need to know what is the past trigger, you just need to know the pictures, literally. So just put the dots, and your imagination is okay. Just imagine that you are putting the dots wherever you are charged. You can put in as many as you want, you can put in as little as you want. Personally, because I love clearing out, so I will put in a lot more dots, and I will not even think whether I'm doing it right or wrong. It doesn't matter. There's literally nothing wrong that you can do with all of this. So just put in as many dots as you like on that piece of paper, imagining that that is you, that is just the charge that you are carrying in your space. And then as you do that, and as you sit down, imagine you're washing one of those dots away. Just wash. You could even just take like a hose and just imagine you're washing it away. If you're playing with colors, you can just imagine erasing them. Or you can put in another paper which replaces those pictures with pictures that you would like. Just make it fun and playful. Like, don't think about it too much. Maybe best be like a 3-year-old kid. Be a kid who just loves to play, experiment, is curious. You don't really have to think too much. Just play. You know, I'm thinking of the movie Harry Potter. I don't remember which one it was, but there's this ridiculous spell in that one. So you could do just something similar. And this is a similar spell. You're just imagining ridiculous, silly year you make everything. The more easy it gets to release. Like, just have fun. Your past might have been very strong, very dramatic. You don't need to look at it like that. You can just put little pictures, and even if it was very bad, maybe you just circle the picture and make it a little bit bigger. And then you just imagine that you're washing it away. You don't need to go into details, you don't need to know or analyze how bad, how intense it was. You don't need to do any of that. Just wash. Just wash it all. Just play. Okay, let's share an example from my life, you know, just to like, have an understanding of whether all of this can really work. Now, from my personal life, it was last December and even some of it in January, where I was just stuck on a picture. All of our experiences actually be just vibrating out of some picture at some point in time. Now, pictures can be positive, pictures can be negative. So, when you have a positive picture, you might be feeling really high, really good. And then you might have some negative pictures where you're just really going to those deep emotions and not feeling very great. But you know what? When you just clear the picture, your powerful spirit, your amazing self, your abundance, your happiness, your joy, everything awaits for you there. So, well, going back to my story for December or January, I was vibrating in my pictures of abandonment and loneliness. I'd just been doing some healing work and it brought up some really deep stuff in my past lives. I saw that I had been orphaned, so I was without my parents at a very young age. There was another lifetime. Then I'd lost my family again. The feeling of abandonment, the feeling of loneliness at that time felt super, super real. Like, I don't remember any other New Year where I've just cried. I went out, had my social gatherings and so on, but I came back and I just cried, like, just cried. It was the most horrible period of just crying and cleansing it out like that. But the great thing, and having done this work for a long time, I know the great thing is that when you do hit anything like that, your joy and your superpower is just right after that picture. Because once you've cleared that, then you are more powerful. Then that picture is no longer holding that for you. So as I dealt with those pictures, I had to really face where I was feeling alone, where I was feeling abandoned. And it was very good as well because I could really see how I was sometimes not prioritizing myself, how I wasn't loving myself. Well, that's a class for another day. But I was really able to look at my relationship with myself and start healing that. And as I healed that, as I nourished myself, as I put myself first, as I looked after myself and really became my own cheerleader, there were just so many miracles that started happening. So I had friends reconnecting with me. Like, I had a friend reconnect in the city. I didn't know even the same city where we are living. And he and I go way back to like when I was in my late teens. That's since how long ago we knew each other and we'd lost touch and then suddenly we connected. So I found him. I had friends who actually relocated close by, like, all the way from the States to here. I have had miracles where people have just come into my life, like somebody knows somebody, and then I've just met amazing people again where I've had really good, truthful, honest relationships where I can just vibrate as myself. And I've just had heaps of those relationships come. With my family, I think all of this year after that, like as bad as probably the cusp of that new year was, and how I was really rebirthing, just healing with all of that and coming into a new self. I literally did come into a new self. I've had the best year with like the best holidays, short holidays, long holidays, overseas holidays. In Perth, we live, it's a beautiful place to live in. I've had amazing holidays and I've got so many others planned as well. And I kid you not, but again, if it was, just maybe months ago, maybe even November last year or October, if you'd asked me any of that, none of that would have been true. It was because I did the work around healing my past or some of it. That's why other miracles happened. All your pain and everything that is there, it is not there to punish you. Your soul doesn't bring in stuff to punish you. It's not saying, hey, I've given you into this life, or you've been born, and here is your life supposed to be full of sacrifice and compromise. No, it's absolutely the contrary. Your soul loves you so much. It wants you to experience life on earth in the fullest potential. It wants you to be fully vibrating as you, connected to your awareness, connected to total abundance, connected to pure bliss, connected to your superpower, all the knowledge that you have. It wants you to have all of that and experience that in this lifetime. Like touch it, feel it, live it every day. And that's why when it throws out all of these little things, you might be triggered by a past trauma, but the idea is just to get over it, just to clean it, and then grow. And then more growth will happen, and more other miracles will happen, more magic will happen. So if you want, I do have this amazing class coming up, Art Therapy to Heal Your Past. Beautiful class because we sit down and play. There's an example of an exercise that I did here, but obviously in the class, we go into a lot more detail. You are more than welcome to join in. If you cannot join in live, there is a replay as well, and I will be there to answer if you have any other questions. But it will be so great to see you. It will be great to be supported while you are healing your pain. It will be great for you to be able to take the next step and actually step into your power. So, wishing you the best and wishing that you can reset your life and press that reset button and just step into power, step into your amazing self. Wishing you the best. See you next time. So that's it for today. Thank you so much for listening to the Art of Life podcast. I couldn't thank you enough. I love sharing these messages about improving our life, just playing with meditation and simply reframing our thoughts, having a better life in that process, healing and creating a life that we really want. So thank you, thank you, thank you. If you can, just pop in a review wherever you are listening to this podcast. That really helps other people find it as well. It helps me share this message far and wide with more people around the world. If you wanted to share or listen to some of the resources that I've mentioned in this podcast as well, you can just browse through the show notes, or you could also visit the website at artoflifecenter.com. That's where you can also find my upcoming classes, and of course, you're more than welcome to join me, and I would love to see you there. So that's it for this time. Thank you again for joining me on the Art of Life podcast. I will see you next week with a fresh new episode. Till then, keep crowning, love your life. Bye-bye.